Hi, everybody. I wanted to jump on here really quickly and give you the latest update on this David and Celeste case, okay? It's getting really, really strange. So, you guys remember the very first day I started talking about this case, and I said I was getting information in this private chat that allegedly had a lot of her friends in, and they were just talking. And one of the things that they said, it was that Celeste's sister is the one that pimped her out, meaning not the actual crime of pimping, that she found out that he had a lot of money. So she basically said, go out there and make that money. If he's going to give you money, take it. And that's what they were talking about on day one. Fast forward to a week later. Now they're in that same chat group talking again. According to the rumors and the friends in this chat group, they were all questioned by the police and weren't allowed to tell anyone. But they're still talking as to what happened. Now remember, this is a group of friends talking amongst each other. Now, the stuff that they were talking about today actually backed up the claims that the sister was in on it. Only this time, they're saying that the family knew that she was dating, quote, an old man, much, much older than her. David was a pedo, and they're saying that the family knew. Now, this is the first posting I want to bring to you guys' attention. It's written by a girl named Carmen. She says, I live in Lake Elsinore, 5 to 10 minutes away. There was so much more going on. Her family knew he was with her since she was 11 years old. They didn't care. All they cared was for the money given to them. She goes on to say, yeah, unfortunately, she was reported missing in 2024, but they all knew where she was. Even her friends extorted David with money so they wouldn't say where she was staying. She's saying that the parents knew what was going on and where she was, but he didn't want other people to know that he was dating a minor, okay? And he didn't want anyone to know where they were, but the parents knew. She goes on to say that I think the mother should be held responsible for allowing a child to move in with a boyfriend at that age. It goes on. It's too many things, just like a rabbit hole. She goes on. There's a lot more than what is being said here in Lake Elsinore. With all her friends, we are talking about it because she was in communication with them. ... So sad. Now remember, in my previous video, they've been talking about this since day one. Okay? Since day one. And if you missed that video, go back and take a look at it. So the police might not have known that the parents knew about it, and we didn't know that the parents knew about it, but everybody in Lake Elsinore, they knew that the parents knew about it. Anyway, Carmen goes on to say, no money in the world will make me give my child to someone, exclamation point. She sold her for $10K a week. Did you guys hear what she just said? She sold her for $10K a week. He was allegedly paying the family $10K a week to date this minor. Like, what? Then she goes on to say, then he would have gone to jail as well for being in a relationship with a 13-year-old. But that's why he paid. He didn't want to be seen as a pedophile. And remember what those text messages that was found before in that Discord, where she said, my parents are so effing annoying. They won't let me go see you perform. And then he says, don't worry, I'll fix it. I mean, fix it how? Are you throwing more money their way? And according to this same chat, they told the police this, okay? Everybody's talking to the cops, and the cops are telling them don't say anything. Now, if that's true, this means that they could definitely be investigating the parents. And if they get enough evidence, they probably could and should, if they had enough evidence, arrest that damn family. Now, let me tell you, I used to live in Southern California. Lake Elsinore is just above Marietta, where I used to live, and right before you get to Corona. It's kind of like a rural area. It's also an area where a lot of migrants go. As in people being brought in, smuggled in, not brought in. This is all illegal. As far as people, what do they call those people that round you up? Coyotes. They call these men that bring these illegal people over through Mexico, they call them coyotes. And then they drop them off at different areas in Southern California. And Lake Elsinore is one of these areas. Then once they drop you off in Lake Elsinore, you'll move into what they call a safe house. That's just a whole bunch of people that just smuggled in, live in one house. And not even a house. They're like mobile homes. And if you want to get out of there, most likely you've got to get a job. Most of the time it's paid under the table. That's when you were working, on a farm or stuff like that, day labor. And you have to save a lot of money to get your own place. So I say that to say this. If you are the lower class, what they consider lower class of Lake Elsinore, they really need money. Let me put it that way. And that could be a reason why the parents did what they did, if you believe the rumors. So I could see people desperately in need of money to the point that you just need a better life. You need more money for a better life. And you just want to get out of there, right? You just want to get out of there, but not at the expense of my damn daughter. Because at the end of the day, if this stuff is true, what they're saying, and that they pimp their damn daughter out, they need to go behind bars right with his ass. Anyway, according to this chat group that I was reading, they're saying that the parents now are starting to realize that the police are looking at them and they don't want to be questioned anymore by the police. It also takes that sympathy card off of the table. But me personally, I think it's too late. Okay, it's too late. Eventually, this is in a chat, but eventually this is going to get out and the world is going to turn against you guys for prostituting your damn daughter out, if this is true. Also, too, did you guys see that school teacher talking about it to the class?
That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
Wait, how long ago was this?
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
So yeah, everybody that knows about this case in Lake Elsinore, they're talking about it amongst each other. And the teachers talking about it with his students. They are talking about it, but they're not supposed to tell the public. They're also saying that before all of this happened, the unaliving, that he was a very dark person and he had a fascination with death. Now, me personally, I don't deal with people like that. But you guys remember in high school, they're the people that always wear all black and everything's dark and they have a lot of piercings. That was his people. So he was very weird. And if you ask me, when you get in that deep demonic stuff like that, and that's all you talk about is the dark side, sooner or later, you're going to talk things into existence. They said he was horribly insecure. They also said that he always falsely accused her of looking at other men and being with other men. They said he was horribly jealous. And he had this alter ego that he blamed for doing a lot of bad stuff.
This new interview of David talking about his alter ego, where David is saying that his alter ego unalives people that the real life David has to solve. Listen to the way that David talks about this character.
I wanted to make my own manga series. A big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Tommy, my alter ego. I was a detective. There was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments. He would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective, solving murders that I'm committing myself.
Even more insaner, David's mom thought that his music was evil.
She was like, David, this song is too violent. You're talking about killing people in your music? No, not my son. I was like, wait, I might be onto something, bro.
And that's just what he said in the first interview. Now listen to what he says in the second interview, because it is even so much more worse. For context, this is David, and this is David's alter ego.
And I have this alter ego called Itami. We see him in various music videos. He'll pop up, and he's basically like the evil version of me. He's kind of garnered this cult that followed after him. And in the One More Dance music video, you followed a relationship of two of the cult members, and they're going around with me in the trunk to bury me.
And my response to that is, at least he'll have company when he goes to prison for the rest of his life. You effing weirdo. Now, the last thing I want to talk about in this friends group, they said that he hired another woman named Celeste, and he actually hired her at one point to be around him all the time with the intent of making people believe that he was with the old Celeste, who was now missing.
Why are there two Celestes in this mysterious and tangled story? Celeste isn't just one person. She has two faces. The first Celeste is 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. When her body was found, she had a "shh" tattoo on her arm. Through her family's confirmation, the police learned that she had a boyfriend named David. The second Celeste is 23-year-old Celeste Herrera, who frequently interacts with David on social media. Strangely, she not only shares a similar name with the first Celeste, but also bears an uncanny resemblance in appearance and temperament. Why do so many coincidences exist? One possibility is that he had developed an obsession with the younger Celeste. The photos and tattoos hint at a once sweet relationship, but something terrible happened, and he could never see the younger Celeste again. So he's searching for the next substitute. The older Celeste's appearance seems like fate sending him a stand-in. With the same name and similar looks, she perfectly fills the void left behind. She not only becomes his next target, but also helps blur the public's perception. When people hear Celeste, they subconsciously confuse the two very different individuals. If all of this is intentional, is the older Celeste truly safe?
Yeah, this case gets crazier and crazier by the minute, day, second, hour. It's just very, very strange. We know why he hired the second Celeste. And it could be what the guy said on the TikTok video, that he missed the old Celeste, but he also needed a decoy. Now, look, I feel like the investigators are doing an excellent job at this case, investigating more than what we know, like just really, really, really taking their time and making sure they dot every I and cross every T, or vice versa. I feel like if you know these people, it's very normal to talk about it. But you better be careful in talking about it. When the cops ask you to not talk about it, that's what you have to do. You could be putting their case in jeopardy. Now, with that being said, I'm still going to report everything that's being said in this chat group. Okay, it's my job, people. Calm down. It's my job. And one final note, I wanted to add this. If what these people are saying is true, and they told all this information to the cops, it also means that the walls is closing in on him. He's going to feel more and more isolated, trapped, whatever word you want to use. And maybe the word defeated is a better explanation. He's going to start to feel very defeated, and I wouldn't be surprised if he took his own life. In fact, every day that I wake up, I say, is today the day? I think he's going to do that, because that's what cowards and pedos do when they are exposed. Hell, according to the people around him, that's all he talked about was death. I really do that. I hope it's not true. It's just a feeling that I get. I feel that he's going to end it all. And if he ends up in prison, which, you know, if he makes it to prison, let me put it that way, they're just going to do it there too. They don't like pedos in prison. So, you know, his life is going to end very shortly. That's my opinion. I'm not a dark, morbid person, but I can't knock how I feel. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Until next time, bye for now.
Celeste Rivas's parents have spoken out and revealed how they feel about Celeste's passing and David. Across Twitter, countless posts are written in support of the parents, with people saying they deserve answers more than anyone. Still, there is frustration too. Some argue that speculation online only makes things harder for her parents. What remains certain is that her parents are at the center of this heartbreaking situation. They lived through the months when Celeste was not found, and now they must face the reality of her passing while the story becomes global. The focus from the public is as much on them as it is on the unanswered questions. Many are wondering how this happened without her parents knowing, but now all that really matters is that the whole truth is revealed. Either way, things are not looking good for David right now. For this video's comment question, what would you do if you were Celeste's parent?